Hey, so this video is just going to be completely focused on core engagement and core dynamics. So um, a lot of times we kind of don't understand what, engaging your core means. And so over the years, I've learned that the way I'm explaining it isn't even that great, and that maybe you're not connecting mind to muscle. So, one of the key components, number one, to remember is your breathing. Okay, so your diaphragm, when you inhale, it fills up, right? And when you breathe out, that diaphragm kind of flattens back down. So, when you're doing any exercise, try to think about how you're breathing through the exercise. Are you trapping air in your diaphragm? And if you're trapping that air in your diaphragm, it can cause some core separation, and it can be really hard to fix. So number one, I want you to focus on your breathing. So when you exhale, you naturally bring that core in. Then number two, you've blown all that air out. Now as you blow that air out, wrap that core and engage. Envision you're putting a core set on and you're going like this. And you're kind of locking it in together. You're hooking it in like so. That's number two. Those things seem really easy, but a lot of times we think, suck it in, hold it, and that's just wrong. Okay, and it's going to be uncomfortable, and your breathing's not going to be normal, and at one point you're just going to blow all the air out, and you weren't engaging your core properly from the beginning. So the next thing you can do to kind of start practicing is a pelvic tilt. So you inhale, exhale. So here's just my natural stance. Inhale, chest rises, diaphragm fills up. Exhale, pelvic tilt, engage the core. Okay, so that pelvic tilt does engage the glutes, and it tucks that pelvic in, right? Kind of like an envelope, like you're tucking something in. Okay, but you've got to really focus on just doing that dynamic breathing and then that wrapping, okay? And you're not breathing like this, okay? You should be able to do it with your arms up, okay? Okay? You can do this sitting or standing. It doesn't really matter, but try doing 10 in a row and practicing that, okay? And the next thing I'm gonna show you is just a heel slide, okay? So when you're on your back, okay, same thing, no arch in the back. You wanna press, we're tilting the pelvic. And I'm going to just slide the heel out without lifting my low back. So I'm not going like this. I'm sliding the heel, bringing it back in. And if I'm using my core properly, my hip flexors shouldn't be firing and overpowering the feeling, which is, it's kind of this wrapping sensation around your core. Okay, and another one is just lifting your heels up to 90 degrees and tapping on the ground. So you can do it in reverse. Notice how my low back doesn't come off the ground. So this would be wrong. Okay, now I just feel it in my back. Keep that back pressed in. Now, a little bit harder, feet at 90 degrees. Okay, so I want you to master those things, and it takes 5 minutes. This should take you 5 minutes, and you can do it before your workout, you can do it after your workout, or you can do it on a PT day. So I just want you to focus on those things. And while you're working out, you should be, when you're doing a curl, okay? You can do it no matter